Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've shown my face. The main reason I haven't in a really long time is honestly because my last little studio, I can't really call it a studio, but my last little creative space was just kind of really hard to record in. So anyway, hopefully I can show my face much more because I've moved into a new little space. So yeah, let me show you my studio. Oh, it's not the prettiest. And I mean, especially the floor, so please excuse the floors, but over the past, I have to say probably over the past 3 weeks or so, I've spent so much time scraping the walls, vacuuming the walls. It's a strange thing to do, but there was so much dust. So scraping and vacuuming the walls and vacuuming the floors, mopping the floors, painting, getting rid of the things in this room in the first place. So yeah, it was a huge job, but I'm so happy to finally be moved into this space and happy just that I can like spread out a little bit more. If you are a creative person as well, I'm sure you have the same problem I do, which is, you know, artists and creative people can be hoarders when it comes to our materials. So it's nice to not feel so claustrophobic in my last little area. This, sorry, I keep switching views, but I mean, honestly, all of this, I don't even know like how it all fit into the last little space. I mean, that white IKEA drawer thing was actually in my bedroom, and it didn't have all those oil mediums on there, but yeah, everything else was like all squished together, and it looked pretty terrible, to be quite honest. Because that last room was basically like I think I've said in a last video, it was my studio slash living room slash kitchen slash husband's office desk space, social area. It was just like so many things. And whenever I had to create a video, it was also my work from home space when I had to work from home from the office. So in order to record video, I always had to like shuffle my piles around. Like my art stuff had to be moved away, and anyway, I'm rambling now, but yeah, it was a pain in the ass. So yeah, I'm super excited to finally be recording in this space. It's nice, I feel like I can breathe. But anyway, let me show you. You know what? I'm like thinking, do I want to take you on a little tour of the space? I mean, you can take a look around, but I'll probably do a more in-depth review, studio tour. I'll do a more in-depth studio tour, probably in the next video or the one after that, we'll see. But in the meantime, let me show you what I've been working on. So, one thing I've been working on is this little sketch. She's kind of this little forest dweller who's going on her own little journey, and she's a bit naive and innocent, and she's running into some bad company. And I was just having fun with this. My husband has been prompting me to sketch a little bit more and have more fun, and honestly I think he's right. I tend to take myself very seriously when I'm making art and suck all the joy out of a process that I should be enjoying sometimes. So right now I'm kind of just playing around with drawing for the fun of it, and maybe all of my ideas don't have any deeper meaning, but I'm just playing and kind of going back to my childhood when I just like was a prolific sketcher, you know, and I just sketched and sketched, and I never thought too much as to whether it's like good or bad. But I just did it and didn't overthink the whole process. So I'm trying to get back to that. So yeah, this is a sketch, and I kind of wanna, I know it was just gonna be a sketch. I know, I was just listening to him at the beginning. I'm like, yeah, I'll sketch more. But I mean, now I want to get all crazy and add color. So I'm not sure whether I'll work in watercolor or oil paint. The first time I played around with this paper, actually, I absolutely hated it. And I discovered again when I was like moving all of my stuff into this new space, you know, and I didn't want to throw out this pad because it's arches and it was a little pricey. So we'll see. We'll see. I feel like I love oil painting the most out of all of the mediums, but it's very time consuming. And I feel like sometimes it brings out like the worst qualities in me, the perfectionist, and I can go over a painting forever, just noodling with it. So we'll see. I really want to do an oil painting, but I might play around with doing watercolor for this sketch instead. And another thing I've actually, sorry with all my fidgeting with the camera, you're probably like, what the hell is she doing? I'm just like fidgeting with it because I like to kind of see myself as I'm talking to the camera so that I know I'm not completely out of focus or like my head's in the shot, you know? But another thing I want to do actually is I want to make a Mahl stick for when I paint on my easel. A Mahl stick, if you're not familiar with it, it's meant to keep your hands steady as you're painting a piece. Keep your hands steady when you're going over detail, but also keep your dominant hand that you're painting with off of the painting so you're not smudging it or getting paint on your hand. So this is just a little dowel that I bought at Blick. Sorry, I had a little brain fart. I cut the end with my jigsaw. Also, I want to stain it with this. Oop, focus, come on, focus. There we go. With this, I want to stain it. And so for this end of it, which is not so pretty, I want to put some epoxy putty into a little ball and just attach it to this end. Sorry, let me try to fix the focus because it's bothering me. All right, so yeah, I want to attach epoxy putty to this, and then once that dries, I want to put some of this leather over it. I know, I'm making like a really traditional old school looking Mahl stick, but that's what I like. So I'm gonna put that over it. Kind of like that. Not really like that, but you know what I mean. And then I'm gonna tie this around. Maybe I'll put a picture up on the screen so you can get a better idea of what I'm trying to go for. But yeah, I bought this at M&J Trimming here in New York City because they just have an amazing selection of ribbons and tassels of like all sorts of fabrics and materials. So it's amazing. And yeah, so those are the two little projects that I have right now. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what else? I think that's it. This little section actually is bare. In my studio, I actually want to hang up the main oil paint colors that I use most frequently here. I already bought some pegboard hooks, but they didn't fit, unfortunately. So yeah, but yeah, that's it. All right, let's work on this Mahl stick.
Okay, now I want to see it.
Alright, I just got done staining my Mahl stick and putting the epoxy putty on the top. And yeah, oh, by the way, this is a close-up of the stain that I used. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this to dry overnight, and I'll probably try to oil it, hopefully tomorrow, to finish it.
Yeah, well. Are you ready? I don't want to. Look, he just wants to be friends so he can ask me questions about clothes he has.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday, March 27th. I just got home from work. I'm a little tired, but I do want to finish setting up this pegboard here. I finally got these in the mail yesterday and they fit, which is great. But today I went to Staples to get some of these little binder clips, but they don't fit, so I just got done searching my entire apartment for every like medium-sized binder clip I could find. So the tasks for today are hanging my most used oil paints up here, and I want to finish up completing my Mahl stick. And let's see, I might start inking the sketch that I was transferring. This one right here. We'll see. I might do that if I have some more energy in me, but yeah, pegboard and Mahl stick. That's what I have to do next. So yeah, come join me.
Spain today, they would be convicted for
Call-out in rap is oppression 2.0.
At a meeting of cultural advisors, he said rap music should be controlled instead of banned.
It was made for confrontation. When the Sex Pistols went after Queen Elizabeth, she didn't start a punk band, okay? You know what's weird? She kind of looks like what Ozzy Osbourne does now. Is going to have their first democratic election since the coup in 2014, and the government doesn't want millennials seeing this right before the vote.
A lot of younger people now will be voting for the first time. They'll be eligible, close to 10% of the electorate. And this is a new voices, and I think that they've been activated. So
done with my Mahl stick. It's pretty dull, so I'm probably going to oil this, finish this wood. But I'll probably do that tomorrow because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty exhausted. Alright guys, so I'll film again tomorrow and I'll work on my sketch then. Bye.
I think this is now obviously Maddie comes in incapable of I these are messages
but he's in defense state.
Hi guys, it's Thursday, brand new day. Sorry about yesterday. I was like, I don't know, sometimes when I come home from work I am very exhausted, very low energy, and I just felt like a zombie, to be quite honest. But I'm done with work for the day and I'm not feeling as terrible as I did yesterday. I made myself a little bit of coffee. I hope you have a nice warm drink with you too. Maybe you can join me in making some art. So yeah, I have my coffee ready and I did work a little bit on the sketch I showed you. I was working on the value study for it and the color rough or color study. I tend to like to do those things before I set out on completing a painting, whether it's an oil painting or watercolor or whatever, just because I feel like, you know, if I tackle those things, then it's almost like problem solving ahead of time, anticipating any issues that might come my way when I start on the final piece. So yeah, I mean, and it doesn't mean I won't run into any other problems as I start on that final painting, but I feel like, all right, it gives me a roadmap, you know? So yeah, I'll share what I've done so far. I like to do my studies on my iPad. I used to do it on my computer using Adobe, but I don't know. I do still prefer Adobe Photoshop, but sometimes it feels really cumbersome, kind of like a pain to set up. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but I've been using Procreate ever since I got my iPad. Honestly, I bought the iPad primarily just to help me in my art process, not really as an entertainment thing or watching Netflix on it, although I do watch Netflix on it now sometimes. But yeah, it's mostly my art tool and I love it so much. So yeah, I'll show you what I've done with that. Yeah, all right, let me show you. So I actually originally worked up my sketch on Procreate. So you can see this is where I developed my sketch. And those circles are basically, it's just like notes to myself where I want the areas of highest contrast, where I want to draw your eye the most. So I want to draw your eye to his head, somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure really with this area. And here in this little foliage area. So this is going to be like a multi-point composition, and it's like when there are multiple points of interest, it's best to have it arranged in a shape that kind of doesn't collapse on itself. So your eye will travel around evenly and not just stay stuck in one place. So this is kind of like a triangle. It doesn't have to be like a perfect, all sides are equal triangle, but you get what I'm saying. And then what I was working on is, so this is the value study. Sorry for that. This is my little value study. As you can see, I'm not bothered. Like, I don't really care about whether it looks pretty or not. I just need the overall idea. And I'm not super concerned with blending or making it look pretty. And so I want to refine this a little bit, and then I want to do a very rough little color study. I might refine it further, but I don't know, we'll see. This whole experiment, this sketch to begin with, was so that I'm not fussing over this painting endlessly. So I don't know, maybe I'll just do this little bit and I'll just get to painting. And as for, okay, so that's where I started, and whew, I transferred it right here.
This might be a useful thing to go back and find out, but our subject, Ching Shi, it was like a one-stop entertainment place for men coming into the area. Maybe cast find their feet. Not only were they not the right socials, she had a favorite client, a pirate named Ching Yi. Or, did you read that the floating brothel was boarded by pirates? And yes,
my creative voice, and I think that it worked out my creative muscle. We're going to be talking about working out those creative muscles today. Working out that's not the truth.
so all we know about the daughter as of right now is that she seems to have taken after her mother in painting.
Forget to do this.
Never realized how perfectly.
Bunch of sheep, and they're out in the field. And then one like is standing up in the middle of the sheep. And he's like, "Wait, guys!"
I'm very forgetful. There's no reason why I don't do it. To be original, because no one is ever truly original anymore. It's just
Reasoning by Andy J. Miller. You guys
Well, I know a little bit, but
name it. I don't include myself in that group. The people that do it.
by the way, you know you were talking about it and you started to realize, well, actually, maybe that's boring.